Hello CAD students, this is Mr. Erickson again. I have another tutorial, the third one in this series for creating the elevation for the final project. Today I'm going to add in some of the missing details and try to layer the majority of the project too. We'll see how much of the annotations I can add also. I mean, ultimately what we're working towards is this. So this is an elevation that has the layers, has all the details, has the annotations, and has the layers. Just move this up right here. Okay, so that's what we're working towards. This is where we've stopped. We're going to make a couple little changes just in the just to make sure that we progress forward quickly, but from that other one I showed you, but for the most part we'll be following that. So again, this is the actual building here. If you look at this roof, this is kind of this is called a standing seam metal roof. The distance from one ridge to the next is typically about 12 inches. That's a pretty standard size. There's some trim pieces on the edge that cover up where the two roofs join. There's this little gable portion that sticks out on the roof here that cuts through this slope. So we're going to show that, which is right here. So what I'm going to do is start by offsetting this 6 inches. I'm going to draw a line to kind of represent where this kind of starts, this bottom part here. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to start it right here from the ridge and go down. I'm going to type in 5'2" and just come straight across and go straight across here. Now, how did I know that distance? Well, this is something that I would really have to determine. I'd have to figure out by looking at the side elevation. But in this case, I'm just going to do a best first guess, and I'm just going to choose that value. So this trim piece kind of goes up the edge. It's 6 inches wide, goes all the way up to here, and then it stops, and then it gets thinner. So I'm going to trim these off. At that point, I'm going to trim those little pieces on the edge off also. There and there. Then I'm going to offset this one now 4 inches. Chamfer it at the top. Trim it at the bottom. So trim, this is my trim line. Trim that and trim that. So this is what I have now. Now I have a louver that sits in the middle of this, inside this, sits back behind there. So I'm going to, it's called a gable louver. So I'm going to make I'm in a triangle that is along the boundary of the inside of this, and then I'm going to offset that. So polyline, and I'm just following this triangle here. So that shape, that's what my triangle is, and now I can offset that. Let's try 3 inches here. I can erase that first one. All right. So now I have a line that goes right down the middle. I'm going to just draw the middle one, and I'm going to offset it to the left and to the right. So offset 1 inch to the left, 1 inch to the right. I need to erase the middle line because trim this up a little bit right there. Trim, trim. All right, so what I have is that. And now I'm going to put in the horizontal pattern for the inside there. So I'm going to do a hatch, type H, enter. I'm using user defined as my type of hatch. Set the spacing to 3 inches. Now set the angle to 0. Click there and there. All right, so put it on that layer because that was the layer that I was using last. So that's what it looks like. Well, my slope isn't quite right. Something's not right. Let me undo what I've done here, back up a little bit. I don't think my line was straight when I drew it. Right. There, and I don't think it was a straight line. So I have to redo this really quick. So I'm going to trim all this up real quick. Undo. Erase those little pieces. Erase that. Offset 4 inches. Chamfer. Trim. Trim. Polyline. Offset 3 inches. Line down the middle. Offset 1 on each side. Erase the middle line. Trim it. Alright, now basically back to where I want to be. Hatch it. That's not the right hatch, but I can adjust it quickly. So I want 1 inch. No, I want 3 inches here. And I want my angle to be 0. My origin I want to be bottom left. Hatch. Match properties. Click on that one. There you go. Alright, so now we go. That's straight. Alright, it's better. Trim this at the bottom here. Alright, so that's that. I'll hatch the vertical lines here, so I'm going to type hatch. These ones are 12 inches. The angle is 90. Click inside there, so it looks like that. Alright, so that's good for now.